Flag Day and Father's Day. They're two back-to-back holidays this year, always celebrated here in the U.S. in the month of June. But why do Americans set aside these special days? What's the backstory? Well, joining us to explain is historian and author William Federer. Bill, let's begin with Flag Day, which this year is also the 250th anniversary of the birth of the U.S. Army. And tell us more.
Well, Flag Day was actually June 14th, 1777. And that was when 13 Stars and 13 Stripes was adopted by the Second Continental Congress as the U.S. flag. And it was taken around the world. And it was in 1916 that Woodrow Wilson designated June 14th as National Flag Day. And then it was in 1954 that Eisenhower on June 14th put "Under God" into the Pledge of Allegiance. And so it's just a fascinating story. And so this is important for us to remember that unity is important for any nation to be a nation. And it is where you can come underneath the one flag. I love the speech by Warren G. Harding talking about when Marcus Whitman went up to Oregon. And then afterwards, the United States claimed it as a territory and as a state. And he said there's no better example of the flag of the Union following the cross of Christianity. So it was first the missionaries that went there and then the flag of the country. And then Eisenhower said that any patriotic group can well take the flag in one hand and the Bible in the other and march ahead. So they saw no problem with the Bible and the flag, but it was us being unified as a nation. And then, of course, the big picture is the most common form of government in world history is kings. And the king is a glorified gang leader. And they keep getting bigger because with the latest military advancements, the kings can kill more people. And when America's founders broke away from the King of England, they set up a republic where the citizen is the king. So the word citizen is Greek. It means co-king. So when we pledge allegiance to the flag and to the republic, we're basically pledging allegiance to us being in charge of ourselves. And so when somebody protests the flag, what they're saying is, I don't want to be the king anymore. I protest this system where I participate in ruling myself. It's like, okay, somebody else will tell you what to do. And so America's founders basically flipped the script. Instead of top-down rule by kings and pharaohs and Caesars and Kaisers and Khans, just bottom-up rule by we the people. And so we celebrate this republic. We pledge allegiance to the flag. And it is important for us to remember that we're honoring the sacrifices of those that went before us because we care about those that are going to come after us. There's a phrase that says, those that don't care about their ancestors won't care about their posterity.
Well, we care about our fathers, Bill, and Father's Day, it seems, doesn't quite get the same recognition as Mother's Day. It was started after Mother's Day by a woman who wanted to honor her Civil War veteran father. So tell us about the origins of Father's Day.
Right. So Anna Jarvis, Mother's Day, inspired Sonora Louise Smart Dodd. Sort of a long name, but Sonora wanted to honor her father, as you mentioned, William Jackson Smart, who had been a Civil War veteran, and then he raised 6 children by himself after his wife died in childbirth. And so Sonora Louise Smart Dodd went to the YMCA in Spokane, Washington. And on June 19th, 1910, the YMCA sponsored the first Father's Day. And of course, the YMCA was started out of a revival. Charles Finney's preaching in the Second Great Awakening inspired George Williams over in London. And instead of young men going to bars and brothels, he said, let's have a place where they can have Bible study and prayer and exercise. And it went global. And so the YMCA spread. And so the greater YMCA association took it national. And so they spread it through their YMCAs. And then in 1916, Woodrow Wilson spoke in Spokane at the Father's Day event. Teddy Roosevelt addressed Congress regarding the importance of fathers. The statistics are that those without a father are 5 times more likely to live in poverty, 9 times more likely to drop out of school, 20 times more likely to go to prison and alcohol abuse and so forth. But it was Richard Nixon in 1972 that established Father's Day as a permanent national observance. He said to this, to have a father, to be a father, is to come very near the heart of life itself. In fatherhood, we know the elemental magic and joy of humanity. In fatherhood, we sense the divine, as the scripture writers did, who told us all good things come down from the Father of lights, in whom there is no variables, neither shadow of turning, James 1:17. Symbolism so challenging to each man who would give his own son or daughter a life of light without shadow.
Okay, we love our fathers. Some interesting historical insights from historian William Federer. Thank you, Bill, for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.